I got kicked out the White House, tail between my legs. Flew into London with just my hugs and address. Billions spent and million lives lost. Keep it coming, yeah, feather my nest. Got a phone full of secrets and trouble to spare. Red tape and chaos, I'm a billionaire. All that glitter ain't gold, so they said, but my pockets are heavy, my conscience is dead. Feather my nest, oh feather my dreams. I'm living high while the world screams. Counting pence, come dance with me. Riches growing from my money tree. Feather my nest, oh feather my dreams. I'm living high while the world screams. Pounding pence, come dance with me. The riches growing from our money tree. Met the queen, but she knew my game. Shook her hand while I fought the shame. Big Ben shining like a guilt-filled bell. But I'm here now, so what the hell? London nights and the city's bright lights. Dirty deals hidden from sight. I smile wide while the world falls down. Build my empire up in this town. Feather my nest, oh feather my dreams. I'm living high while the world screams. Pounding pence, come dance with me. Riches growing from my money tree. But she knew my game. Shook her hand while I fought the shame. Big Ben shining like a guilt-filled bell. But I'm here now, so what the hell? London nights and the city's bright lights. Dirty deals hidden from sight. I smile wide while the world falls down. Build my empire up in this town. Feather my nest, oh feather my dreams. I'm living high while the world screams. Pounding pence, come dance with me. Riches growing from my money tree.
It's Friday night and we're all in.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking
6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
Hey, well, while Trump meets Mr. Putin in Alaska, British police are sending out... Yeah. Let me finish my fucking intro, would you? Without butting in. British police are sending sexy PWs out catfishing motorists. What a world we live in! It's Friday night and it's all in! Now, good evening, Ed. He's just too keen, people. He's too keen. He just wants to get right in there. There's a lot to cover tonight, as is there always. Yeah, well, there's one of your friends. Well, I don't know if he's a friend or not. Ray, who he does like to push buttons. He says it's week today since he smoked anything. Cold turkey. Today is oddly the toughest. Well, you're beating that now, Ed, aren't you? Where are you? Good job, mate. Good job. Oh, can't hear it.
11 or 12 days.
Can't hear it. Can you hear him now?
Can't hear me?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Hold on. I think you can hear. Can you hear him?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear him? Sorted. Yep, we're sorted. Right. Good evening. Ooh. Sorry about that. Dave Barnes, David Nolan, Ray, Nectaridus, Emma Watts, Tavoja with withdrawn comment. But even so, Paul Armstrong doesn't appreciate an FX. Sorry, Paul, but it's kind of that's the tune for this show. David Nolan did a say, and Ray, as you maybe didn't hear, Ed was singing your praises, saying it's a hard job and you're doing well. Just
yeah, you're doing really well, Ray.
Bloody hell.
I didn't go cold turkey because I'm on nicotine pouches. Because after 35 years and having to process a certain amount of unfortunate news that I've had, you need something. And thing with the pouches is I can just wean myself off it gradually.
I've increased my volume, but if it comes, oh fucking, it's just jumped straight back down. Windows just doesn't want to hear me. What the fuck am I meant to do?
Don't know. It doesn't like you very much.
All I can do is bring Ed down. Right. I'm going to speak to you for 2 seconds just to check the levels, and then Ed's going to speak to you and tell us if we sound about the same. Ed?
Yep. So am I talking now or are you talking first?
You talk. I just spoke.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, it's been another crazy week, and it turns out I didn't interrupt your intro after all.
No, you didn't. Right. So what's the levels like now, people? Because every time I adjust my gain up, it just cuts it down. Ed, good. John, not. Fucking Windows. You are going out the window. This is the last time you will have this show on Windows. I mean, I can turn my gain up. You'll hear it fine, and then it will drop it down again. As soon as I raise my voice, Windows will go, "Oh no, we can't have you talking." Fucking useless piece of shit. It really is. Right. Okay. I'll just keep an eye on it, and I'll keep turning the fucker back up. Right. Anyway, let's get into it, shall we, Ed? Shall we?
Yeah, we might as well.
Right. Here we go. Yeah, I saw Putin shaking his hand on the tarmac in Elmendorf Air Base. People are saying, "Slap the cuffs on him when he arrived." Yeah, can't do that. You just can't do that. This is international politics, and these are the two of the three world superpowers. You just can't do that kind of shit. People get a grip, and people have lost it. And you know, I'll be saying some stuff later on that you probably won't like, but you should listen to it, and then you can give me. Shalini, Jilly, and Dredd are at the air show with Ben, I believe. So they'll be in shock after listening to Ben all day. Oh, don't expire on us yet, Ed. Hang in there.
No, I'm still here. I just needed a cough.
Right, okay. So where the hell are we? We are on the slides. Right, first slide. And you know, just take it as a joke, people. We play both sides. We don't really well, we do go in harder on the lefties, but that was quite funny, I thought. Trump prepares for a meeting with Putin. It was quite funny. So anyway, yeah, we are witnessing history actually, because Russian president has now crossed into US airspace for the first time in a decade. So that's over 10 years since he's been on American soil, and they're going into Elmendorf, I believe, which is a big joint military base in Alaska.
And I mean, there would have been all sorts of guarantees, and you don't. This is, I mean, it's a huge event. The fact that the U.S. president and the Russian president are meeting and talking can only ever be a good thing. This is what people need to understand about this: is that when you have two nuclear armed superpowers that could both blow the world up pretty easily, they need to talk to each other. And the fact that they're talking is great. I don't know what's going to come out of the meeting. I mean, Sergei Lavrov's already won the troll.
So am I still too quiet for you guys to hear? Sorry, it's just Johnny and John saying I'm practically inaudible. I mean, if I'm too quiet, then I'll try and do something about it. But can you hear me? Dun 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 dun. We all wait. Darren Kenton says, "Nah, you're fine, mate." Cheers, Darren. And Emma says, "No, I'm good." Yeah. Johnny and John says, "Yes, yeah, that's really fucking useful." So maybe it's your side, John, that's the problem. If everybody else says I'm okay. Oh, Jesus, there it goes again. It's fucking just turned me down. Oh no, now I sound fine, but not when he made the comment. Right, okay. No, fucking hell, now it's turned me down again. This is just shit. I don't understand this. I really don't. This is fucking nuts. Why is it doing it? Right, Ed. Oh, what was that one? Right, let's try it again. See if that stops it. Right, hold on. I'm going to hit the mic. Right, okay, that's better. Right, let's try it now. Okay, let's reset Ed.
Right, I was talking and I was muted, but I muted myself.
Yeah, go, mate, go.
No, well, thank you, Jenny, John, and next readers. I can't do quite as much talking as I normally do because of you guys know what's going on. So yeah, but anyway, I'm still here.
Right. Okay. Moving on. Lavrov.
Lavrov is the goat.
Troll.
He had a CCCP sweatshirt on, so USSR.
Yeah.
Which is just, I mean, you couldn't come up with a finer troll if you tried.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He is a good. Right. Delegation.
And it's just subtle, and it's Lavrov, and
yeah,
that guy is just awesome.
Right. So delegation for the US-Russia summit in Alaska. American delegates Donald Trump, Vice President Vance. I don't know if Vance is there. I thought Vance was still over here. He was here yesterday. He was playing golf at Turnberry yesterday. And we'll come on to Vance later. Secretary of State Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and Steve Witkoff. Wow, what a team. Russian delegates, Putin, Defense Minister Andrei Belousov, Sergei Lavrov, Finance Minister Anton, that'll be to say how are we getting back into the World Bank and world economy, and then aide to the President Yuri Yushchenko and the President's Special Envoy Kirill Dmitriev. So Russia's brought the big guns out, haven't they? I think Russia's quite up for this, Ed.
Oh no, they are, and the Russian side to me is rather more impressive than the American side. But I don't find people like Marco Rubio very impressive. I think JD Vance is a fairly impressive character. Scott Bessent is an interesting choice. Witkoff, of course, he was going to be there. But I mean, the two big boys obviously is Trump and Putin, and we'll have to see what comes out of the meeting. I mean, the fact that the Americans and the Russians are talking is just good, generally speaking. And all these idiots that are saying that Putin should be arrested and all this nonsense. This is not how the big boys play. This is not how geopolitics is done. This is not how countries interact with each other. Certainly not at the level of superpower.
No, definitely not, Ed. Definitely not. Meanwhile, on a slightly lighter note, a moose tried to get into the base where Putin and Trump will have a meeting. I kind of thought maybe that's Zelensky in the back end with Starmer in the front, you know?
Well, yeah, it could have been Starmer and Macron. That might have worked.
Yeah. And then I can imagine that. No, let us in, please. It's cold outside. It's cold outside.
It's I mean, the fact that the Europeans are basically being excluded from this, I just think it's great because they're all dicks.
Fucking glorious, mate. It's so funny because they're melting down over it. They really are melting down over it. Let's have a look what we got. We've got,
and I just love watching that.
Yeah. So now we've got here's a post from Shalini actually. This was a UK restaurant turns away Vance after staff mutiny. What kind of boss has staff that's going to mutinate against them wanting to serve the Vice President of the United States? Put politics aside. You know, hold on a minute. Put politics aside. Your job is to wait a table. And you're deciding whether you're too good to wait table for the Vice President of the United States, regardless of who he is. Well, you know, whether he's Kamala Harris or JD Vance. It's not your job to decide world politics. It's quite pathetic, I think, and it shows a certain level of kind of the failure of Britain. And it's because we used to be, if anything, too polite, but now we seem to be like, you know, ignorant puppies.
It's this childish adolescent cancel culture nonsense where you can't possibly listen to someone that you disagree with. You have to cancel them and get them fired and stop them going into restaurants and stuff like that. I mean, it's a symptom of the times that we live in, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then someone puts up this, which is quite witty and funny, but you know, Cotswold Upholstery Cleaning Services call. This was after Vance left. Call 0800 sofa -jizz. Yeah, okay, it's quite witty, but you know, I mean, he certainly didn't enamor himself to me when the cops went round asking for people's social media handles in the Cotswold village, and I think I'd have told them to beat it. It's none of his business, and in fact, I think the police are overstepping the mark there. I think they may have actually been breaching GPDR if they took that and gave it to the Secret Service, because it's all very well to share information if there's imminent threat, but social media is not imminent threat, regardless of what you think.
And you would think that they'd be able to geolocate stuff coming out of a particular area and just analyze the whole fire hose.
Not if you're VPNing it, because
That's true.
you can't tie it down to. I mean, you can tie it down if you know a phone number, but all the traffic that's coming out is encrypted, so you don't know what the traffic is. Right. Estonian deputies refuse to recognize the talks in Alaska if Ukraine is not involved there. Ooh, who cares? I mean,
Well,
who cares?
it literally just it's. But this is Estonia all over. It's just a little chihuahua that likes to bark all the time. Big fights with everybody.
There's a good point, actually. Right, Dave Barnes says, "I think it's a good idea to refuse to serve, Starmer, etc." Well, that's fine if it's your establishment, but not if your staff. You know.
Yeah.
You know, that's like you're gonna let people in gyms not help people that are black, you know, just because they don't want to. Or you're gonna have people in aircraft not serving white people because they don't want to. You know, you gotta draw a line, and no, it's not. If your job is to serve, your job is to serve, you know?
Yeah.
Just do it. Shut the fuck up and get it done, you know. Have your politics by all means, but don't take them to work.
No, I mean that's just not acceptable, and it's probably going to backfire on that business owner anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it will. Remember the Scottish Chippy that put their thoughts out on display about, I think it was were they in support of Trump or something like that, and the town basically stopped going to the Chippy, and next thing you know, it's shut up shop. No, it wasn't. It was something else. It wasn't Trump. I can't remember where it was, but you know, basically the Chippy went out of business because people stopped going there. And I can see a similar thing happening here, because apparently they're getting bad reviews already, which is people being vindictive, you know, because I would imagine that Dave Barnes, when you're running a business and refuse to put pride flags up, that's fine, mate. It's your business. You can do what you like. But what would you do if your staff said, "Oh, I'm not going to serve anyone unless you put pride flags up"? Would you keep them? You know. But anyway, politics aside, I see two very decent men here, the very opposite of the two narcissists meeting in Alaska tomorrow. I'm sorry, Mr. Richardson, but I don't understand what the hell you're seeing. I don't understand how he thinks these people are decent. How is that?
Yeah, it's just cloud cuckoo la la land.
Oh, it wasn't Dave's business. Well, I kicked you out, Dave. Sorry. If you refuse to do what you're meant to do, then bye. Putin is definitely not preparing for a ceasefire. Zelensky. So Ukraine had one of its biggest attempts at damaging Russia last night with drones. So who's not looking for the ceasefire? Zelensky. You know, who's not looking for the ceasefire? I think it's you, mate.
Well, yeah, clearly.
Yeah, and of course the Russians are going to move troops to start a new offensive because they're winning. Why wouldn't they? In fact, I think they did 21 kilometers yesterday. That's a big move in one day. And then, of course, we've got our back. Oh no, it's not. This is
the thing that people also have to remember about what's happening in Ukraine is that once the Russians take Pokrovsk, there's going to be a domino effect, because that is a strategic hub. Yeah. And it's going to change the nature of the battle. And I mean, the winners in war generally only tend to stop when their objectives have been met.
Exactly, Ed, exactly. And, you know, he's getting close to his objectives now, so he's obviously thinking, you know, if we can wind this down and we get to keep their objectives, that'd be fine, yeah. Maria Zarakova, who would seriously listen to a junkie who's been passed around by the coalition of the willing? That's a fantastic description of Mr. Zelensky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
And she's nailed it. Right, moving on. Did you know that NATO is constructing a massive base right on Romania's border with Ukraine? Did you know that, Ed? I didn't.
Yes, I didn't know that.
No. Of course you don't, because the mainstream media is busy burying facts and feeding you a carefully fabricated bullshit narrative. So apparently, yeah, they're building this huge NATO base right beside Ukraine's border, which will probably be right beside Russia's border. Once the finish. Ukraine
well,
has
that was one of the reasons why the Romanian election had to go the way that it did.
Yeah, I think David Nolan said Ukraine's always going to get smaller after this. Yeah, of course it is, David. Of course it is. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why Ukraine just didn't give up the three regions that they were bombing all the time anyway. I mean, because they were bombing the Donbass continually, and it got worse and worse and worse, which is what prompted the SMO. But I don't understand why they just didn't give it over to Russia, because it was effectively run by them anyway. Right, Russian embassy.
Well, they could have. Yeah, they could have just not bombed people, and
they could have done that.
All this nonsense wouldn't have started.
Yeah, they could have not bombed them, not made the language illegal, not made it illegal to teach Russian history in school, not made it illegal to speak Russian in school. You know, yeah, there's a lot of things they could have not done. But anyway, they didn't. We're witnessing the ongoing attempts by London and some of its partners to hinder a peaceful resolution. This is evident from the statements and actions of the British leadership in the lead up to the Russian-US summit in Alaska. Russian embassy not happy with Mr. Starmer. And Mr. Trump wasn't happy with Starmer either, was he?
Well, I can't say I blame them, because the Europeans are clearly doing absolutely everything they can think of to try and derail this whole thing and to ensure that nothing comes of it, and that the Americans continue to pour endless amounts of money and weapons and stuff into Ukraine.
Cool. David Martin says, hello everyone, this is Hedgie on David's device. Hedgie is from Twitter. I think he's a motorcyclist. Power Ranger, but still a motorcyclist, so I'll let you off with it, mate. So this was a cracker. Did you read this one, Ed? This was an absolute cracker. So
no, I missed that one.
Missile attack on a training camp. A Russian missile attack on a training camp which took place near the central Ukrainian city of something on July the 21st was timed for when recruits sat down at picnic tables for lunch, the soldiers said. Putin targeted their picnic. An American recruit from Florida who asked not to be identified because he was not authorized to speak publicly said the explosion was the loudest he'd ever heard. In a telephone interview, he said the blast had sent debris flying around him and had shaken nearby trees. After the explosion, let's just say rapidly deassembled people and gravely wounded soldiers were lying on the ground near the mess hall. He saw at least 15 expired soldiers and more than 100 others who are wounded. But did you enjoy your lunch? Yeah. I mean, you know what? You're in a war zone and you sit down for lunch. You got to expect to be attacked. You know, that's just not... You're in a war zone. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's caca.
I mean, that's what war is. It's not fun. Oh, it's caca again. Is it time for Caca's Corner?
It's Caca's Corner. Here we go. The package lady. The EU will work on a 19th package of sanctions because the other 18 have worked so fucking well, haven't they? Against Russia. She did not explain why the previous 18 had no effect. Yeah. Caca.
It's a joke at this point. You can't even take it seriously.
And then
I'm sure the Russians just laugh it off.
Oh yeah, here's a summation of the summit in Alaska. Kat says Putin wants to take a photo with Trump in Alaska, and that's it. Putin wants to take a photo with Trump. There you go. Yeah, I think she might have been wearing some tartan for me. Thank you, David. Well noted. All right, there she is. Yeah, that looks a bit tartanish. Yeah, Kaka's supporting Sergeant Grumpy. Well done. Now, here's one for you all. Just think about this. Who will stay in Moscow to stand watch at the red button? Who's if anything's going to stop anyone mucking with Putin, it's the fact that this guy is at the other end. Yeah.
Something happens to Putin. I'm sure Mr. Medvedev will have a hand in pressing buttons of various descriptions.
Yeah, I think he's gagging for it. I mean, people, you know what? And Putin's Putin, right? Trump's Trump, Biden was Biden. I mean, people are their own individuals. I mean, no, Putin can be a ruthless, and I mean really ruthless character, and I don't think he's any stranger to shall we say, maybe arranging for people to exit windows usually from hospitals. I don't think he's any stranger to that. So he's not all sweetness and light, and he's certainly not a good guy. I don't think any of them are good guys, to be fair. But this guy's nuts. This is the last guy you want in control. So be thankful you've got someone who's semi-sane in charge of this. Probably is the second most powerful nation in the world at the moment.
Yep. Anyone thinking it's a good idea to get rid of Putin just needs to take one long, good, hard look at Medvedev and just forget the stupidity.
Right. Now we're coming up on, and I've got a lot to say about this actually, and you guys might not like it. So I'm going to read it out, but Ed, you can read these while I'm preparing my
Yeah, this is the most unsurprising bit of news today was that Labour councillor who was calling for bad things to happen to people has gotten let off. Verdict, not guilty. I mean, it's the whole thing is just disgusting. The two-tiered justice. I mean, to say that we have two-tier justice and freedom of speech in this country is just a joke.
Right. Okay. I'm going to read this out to you people because I want to clip it and use it as another video. And what I would say to you is, please listen to me till the end, and then by all means we'll talk about it. But I'm going to run through it, and if you guys can just listen to the end, and then we'll take questions. And Ed, I'm sure, might have a different viewpoint. I haven't gone through this with Ed. He has no idea what I'm going to say here. So here we go. A victory for freedom of speech. The Ricky Jones case and the power of context. UK legal system has handed down a decision that, while controversial, may ultimately serve as a significant win for freedom of speech. Labour councillor Ricky Jones, 58, was found not guilty of encouraging violent disorder following a case that has sparked widespread debate on social media and beyond. The evidence? A video showing Jones speaking at a protest where he appeared to suggest doing really severe things to far-right protesters. Yet, after a mere 30-minute deliberation, a jury acquitted him. Now, far from being a miscarriage of justice, this outcome highlights the importance of context in interpreting inflammatory words and the application of the reasonable person test. This is a cornerstone of UK law that protects free expression. Here's why I believe this is a good result, despite the outrage that it's provoked. The reasonable person test, a legal standard in the UK, asks whether a hypothetical reasonable individual would interpret and act upon certain words or actions. In Jones's case, the court, and more importantly, the jury, appears to have considered the circumstances surrounding his statements. Protests are often heated, emotional affairs, where strong language is not uncommon. And that applies to you sitting in your house. And it applied to Lucy sitting in her house when she was part of that. The video, while shocking to some, was delivered in a public setting with a clear political context. Yeah, it was. Opposition to far-right ideologies. There is no difference to having opposition to far-left ideologies either. No difference, right? The jury likely concluded that no reasonable person would take Jones's words as a literal call to violence, but rather as hyperbole or an expression of frustration. And this interpretation aligned with the principles outlined in the Human Rights Act 1998, which incorporates Article 10 of the European Convention on Human Rights, which guarantees limited freedom of expression. This decision contrasts with past cases where individuals have faced prosecution for inflammatory online posts. However, a critical distinction emerges there. Those convicted in similar situations, such as the 2024 cases, like Lucy, all pled guilty. And by doing so, they waived their chance to have a court assess the context or apply the reasonable person test. The court left with little choice imposed sentences. And now, yes, I fully agree that some of those sentences, and I strongly argue, were unduly harsh, given the lack of a full trial to explore intent or context. Jones, by contrast, pled not guilty. He allowed the judicial process to unfold, and ultimately it vindicated them. To date, and this is important, to date, no one who has pled not guilty in relation to this event, that's the 2024 riots, has been convicted. That suggests the courts are taking a measured approach to distinguishing between genuine threats and rhetorical excess. This outcome sets an important precedent. It reaffirms that freedom of speech, while not absolute in the UK, is robust enough to withstand provocative language when the intent and context do not support a reasonable expectation of violence. The 2013 Defamation Act and subsequent legal reforms emphasise balancing free speech with public safety, and Jones's acquittal demonstrates that courts are capable of making nuanced judgments. Ex-posts from users like Dave Barr and Maisie Daisy expressed disbelief and frustration, and some of you guys, I 100% understand it, with some suggesting corruption or inconsistency. However, the lack of convictions among not guilty pleas suggests a pattern of judicial restraint rather than bias. Critics might point to the Lamy Review 2017, which highlighted ethnic and racial disparities in sentencing, such as black defendants being 240% more likely to receive custodial sentences than white defendants. And while this raises valid concerns about systemic inequities, Jones's case does not appear to fit this pattern. His acquittal, regardless of his political affiliation, indicates that the court prioritised evidence and context over public pressure or political leanings. The harshness of guilty pleas for those who pleaded guilty in similar circumstances, and the sentences that were, in my view, imposed outrageously, have indeed been overly severe. Without a trial to assess intent or the reasonable person standard, the court had to rely on the admission of guilt, often leading to mandatory minimums or harsher penalties under the Crime and Disorder Act 1998. And this doesn't excuse those judges that I think went too far, possibly with government encouragement. I don't know if they did or not, but I think those cases were not properly dealt with by the judge. But to say the legal system failed them, that's not the case, because they never tested it. And this procedural difference underscores the key takeaway. Pleading guilty strips away the opportunity for a court to exercise discretion. Jones's case, by contrast, allowed for a full exploration of the facts, resulting in a verdict that protects both justice and free expression. Looking forward, the Ricky Jones verdict is not a free pass for inflammatory rhetoric. It's a reminder that context, intent, and the reasonable person test are critical safeguards in a free society. And while the video may have offended many, and yes, indeed it did, I acknowledge the discomfort it caused. The law must protect the right to speak provocatively, especially in the heat of political discourse, unless there is a clear evidence of incitement. Again, The absence of convictions among the not guilty pleas and at this event suggests the UK judiciary is striking a careful balance. And that's something to celebrate. Of course, this case will continue to fuel debate. Reform UK MP Nigel Farage's earlier call for Jones's arrest reflects a polarised views, where users like Benowine on X question how such words could go unpunished. Yet the legal system's response, rooted in evidence rather than emotion, offers hope that freedom of speech can and should and must endure, even in turbulent times. As John Milton argued in his 1644 work, Areopagita, the pursuit of truth requires the liberty to express controversial ideas. Today's ruling echoes that sentiment, and for that, it's a step in the right direction. What's your thoughts? Let me know.
Fundamentally, I agree with you. I don't think any of them should be in prison.
They shouldn't. No, they shouldn't.
I think that it highlights the issue of what pressure was put on all of those people like Lucy to plead guilty. What kind of legal representation did they get? What kind of conversations were had?
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind, Ed, that she was pressured into taking a guilty plea. No doubt.
And to me, that's where as you've outlined, if the system is allowed to work, then it actually works well.
Yeah, and Johnny and John says it's a jury who provided the balance, not the court. The jury is the court. The jury is part of the court. It's part of the system. Therefore,
we need a klaxon for Nectaridus.
Oh, right. Thank you. Thank you, Nectaridus. You are, sir, a star. Oh, did you like? I hope you liked my soliloquy. Would it be fair to call it a soliloquy?
Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah, I think she got. I think Dave Barnes is 100% right. She got dire legal advice, and yes, she did, because initially she pled not guilty. Remember, and she was remanded, and I was on Twitter and I was banging away saying she shouldn't be in jail because when she got refused bail, she did not meet any of the criteria for refusal of bail. So the court, the judicial system, wasn't working there. But if she'd continued to stick by her guns and plead not guilty and go to trial, she would not be locked up, because I think she would have got bail. I think they refused that bail just to go for it. I don't know. To be fair, David, I know Jonesy's team leaned on his neurodivergence, but I don't think that really matters. I think what's really important here is the fact that even anyone who's considered far right who pled not guilty hasn't been found guilty. And I think that's the important thing that we need to take away. So yeah, I think I mean, you know what Lucy did, and I'm sorry if I'm monopolising the conversation here, but what Lucy did was she made a knee-jerk reaction to an extreme situation, which she deleted and apologised for within 2 hours. That shows remorse. That shows she didn't consider it the proper thing to do. What more can you ask for from a reasonable person? And and that's where we go back to the reasonable person test. What reasonable person is going to look at what someone said on Facebook and go, oh, I'm going down there with my matches, Who's going to do that? Nobody. And that's why these people are not being found guilty. They're just not being found guilty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Cool. Should we move on?
Yeah, we can. Sorry, but I think it's an important matter to get across.
System. Yeah, no, you got it out of your system.
The sloth virus has arrived, mate, for the first time.
Oh, what the? Just bugger off with your jab theory nonsense.
Isn't it ridiculous?
It's all just PCR testing, DNA, genomics bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, mate. It's all crap. And you know, it's a played hand now. It's like, you know, once you've got their tail, there's no point in you trying to keep bluffing, you know?
But they keep trying.
They do. This is a cracker. Is this one of yours? Did you send me this?
Which one's this?
My dad's factory job was highly skilled and close to
Oh,
home.
yeah. Yeah, this one was a takedown of Timer's tweet. I knew your dad. He was in my CLP. Describing his toolmaker small business where he employed others at a factory job is like describing yours and my barrister professions as legal advisors. Please stop doing this. It makes you look daft. Well, that told him.
And that's from a fellow barrister.
Yeah,
quite right.
I mean, he's just such a knob.
He is. Ghislaine Maxwell cleared to leave prison on work release.
This is just, well, we all knew this was coming once the whole Epstein thing was a non-thing.
Yeah.
Then what sense did it make keeping Ghislaine in prison? And so she's, I mean, you couldn't make it up. It's just, well, it's you couldn't. Absolutely balmy.
And Olga's spot on here because she says you all should have taken those bets. I was serious about it. And our tweet from July the 7th says, should we take some bets on Trump pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell now that there is apparently no Epstein list and the bro just offed himself for no apparent reason? I think she's right.
Oh, madness. Yeah, no, someone missed out on some money there.
Police recruitment in the UK has dropped 70% in just 1 year. Leavers continue to outnumber joiners. Can you blame them? Can you blame people? No. Who would join the police now? Who would? I wouldn't. Would you, Ed? Would you consider it?
No.
No. Would you consider that 30 years ago? I don't know, maybe not, but you know, it wasn't a bad profession.
I would have met the physical requirements 30 years ago.
Certainly won't meet them now.
No.
Me neither. Anyway, right, let's move on. We've actually covered that one. That was taking the addresses and social media stuff. Right. James Goddard says here, the march towards a social credit score system continues. Any cash withdrawals over £420, 420. That's a funny number, isn't it, Ed? 420.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Suspicious? No, nothing to see. Move along. Will be automatically flagged by the UK's anti-fraud unit. You know what to do, people. We're back to registering chickens here. Every time you have the opportunity, withdraw more than 420 quid in cash. Flood that system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
Darren says, why can't you see the other messages? Darren, you're on the vertical stream, mate. There's two streams. One says vertical at the end of the title and the other one doesn't. Go to the one that doesn't. So if you go to the channel, sergeantgrumpy.com, at Sergeant Grumpy, you will see there are two, and go to the live tab, there are 2 live streams ongoing at the moment. You are on the vertical, and I thank you for it, but come along and join the main body of the chat. So apparently, Ed, we have a record 8 million people on Universal Credit.
That is absolutely bonkers, and how many of them are not natives?
You know what? I don't know, but I think the vast majority are going to be indigenous, you know?
Is it health-related issues? But it's also, I mean, there's just jobs being lost left, right, and centre in the economy, so it's not really surprising.
Look, mate, when your Chancellor puts up employers' national insurance contributions, right? So the Chancellor puts up employers' national insurance contributions, which means they've got to pay more for each, what's it called? You know, for each staff member.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it put people out of business. People with a lot of staff can't afford it. They just can't afford it. It's crazy. And then the minimum wage went up again, and you just can't You can't afford it. You just cannot afford it. Withdraw all your cash, says Dave. Yeah, that's what I do. Take everything out on the day it comes in. If you do keep cash in the bank and want to, here's some free tips for you from a cybersecurity point of view. Don't use your card to pay for things if you've got money in the bank. Actually get an Android account or whatever it's called, Google Pay or Apple Pay, and use them, because when you use an Apple Pay or a Google Pay, they don't get, the person getting the payment doesn't get your bank details, doesn't get your name, doesn't get your address. They get a token that refers to your card that only Apple or Google know. So you only put your card into Google or Apple, and none of the businesses get access to your details. That's the best way of doing it. Never use your card if you can avoid it. I know it sounds crazy for me to be telling you to do that, but from a security perspective, it's much more secure to use your phone than it is to pay for things than it is to use your card. Because I don't know if you guys ever experienced it, but you used to get... It's a funky moped just went by. Didn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys ever experienced it, but you go to the odd garage or something run by maybe our ethnic friends, and suddenly your card would be involved in buying flowers for somebody the next day. Yeah, that kind of thing. Right, okay. Anyway, move on. YouTube terminated my channel with 2.1 million subscribers. No strikes, no warnings, no explanations. My fight for free speech.
This is disgusting.
This is Diana Panchenko. Yeah.
Yeah, this is absolutely disgusting.
I don't think she did anything wrong. Right now. I don't think she did anything wrong.
No, she couldn't have gotten any strikes on her channel because she was just a journalist. I mean, her videos are all very professionally made and very factual, and she's calling out corruption in Ukraine, and I'm sure she's very unpopular with Zelensky, but she was an award-winning journalist in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And it's very professionally made stuff.
I mean, she's a Ukrainian journalist. Just because she doesn't happen to agree with the current, occupier of the seat of power, that's like saying, everybody in the Sun should be arrested because they don't agree with Starmer. You know what I mean? It's crazy, isn't it? But if you start censoring one, you've got to censor them all. This is coming. It's coming to everybody. I mean, how long we can continue doing this, I don't know. Oh.
Yeah, no, it's censorship is coming.
Right.
Well, it's already here. It's just getting worse.
Yeah. Okay, right. Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and that bunch. Well, we talked about the fines for hiking in the woods. So apparently they've had a press conference and somebody let slip. Actually, it's not because you might start a fire. It's because if you fall and break your leg, we can't come and help you because we don't have enough people. Hey, I'm sorry. I can't believe this, Canada. You'll fine people $28,000 for going for a walk in the woods on the premise they might break their leg and you can't come and help them. Well, you know what? Canada used to be the sensible America. I remember, I used to go skiing in Canada all the time. If you went skiing in America and you went off-piste, it was like the snow patrol were on you like the Stasi, Get back on the piste, you're out of bounds, you can't ski there. If you did the same thing in Canada, the snow patrol would be like, you know what you're doing? Because if you get into trouble, we're not coming to help you. They would say because they were Canadians. But you know what I mean? But Canada was a sensible America. You took responsibility for your own actions. And, you didn't sue people. What the fuck's happened to Canada? It's turned into a pussy state.
It's just mental. Canada's fallen so far and so fast. It's just breathtaking.
I know, and it's like it's a bit like Australia because I never had Australians pegged as complete and utter pussies. Crocodile Dundee Must have given up by now, yeah.
Yeah. No, old Mick Dundee is not around anymore.
And meanwhile, remember the fires? He didn't even get jail time. Saskatchewan volunteer firefighter who set 30 fires, i.e. he lit them, right? 30 fires in a month. That's one a day. Sentenced for arson and didn't get jail time. 18 months of probation and 200 hours community service. Holy Toledo, Batman.
The Western world is completely insane.
So these two birds on the right, and sorry if I sound misogynist, but I am, so you'll just have to take that. So these two birds on the right are out running. They're police officers on duty. And they're going to call on their colleagues if someone has the temerity to shout nice arse or something out their window as they drive by. What the fuck? What?
Do the police not have better things to do?
Well, yes, they do. They have much better things to do. But what? It's not entrapment, David. It's not quite entrapment because they're not encouraging you to do it. They're just out there and you did it. So it's not entrapment. It's close, but it's not quite, right? But it's not an offence. Because even the police said these behaviours may not be criminal offences in themselves, but they need to be addressed, says Surrey Police spokesperson.
What the hell?
This is fucking pre-crime. It really is. I mean, it's not entrapment, but it's pre-crime. It's like you're putting temptation in people's way. And you know what? This is such a bad thing. If a workie in a van drives by and goes, "Keep going, girls," you know, it's pretty pathetic. Police, sorry, police. I hope you're listening. I know you aren't, but it's pretty damn pathetic.
Yeah, it really is. I just don't even have words for it. So it's like everything bad out of 1984.
You're right, it is. And we'll bring you a public service announcement now. Remember, people, racism is wrong. Don't do racism. Okay?
All isms are bad.
Yeah.
Don't do isms.
Have you seen the picture? They do isms. No wonder the Chinese hate black people. Right. This 18th century manor house where the US Vice President is staying. Oh no, we've covered that one. That's a knocking on doors thing. Right. Over 46,000 public bodies spurned the offer of free King Charles portraits. So the King put out a thing saying, "I'll send you my portrait," and 46,000 public bodies said no, and another 40,000 private bodies says no as well. So it was like over 90,000 bodies said, no, we don't want your picture, we don't want your face on the wall. That's ridiculous, isn't it?
It speaks volumes about how far the monarchy's fallen.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's not just the monarchy, it's everything about Britain. I put a post up about the Navy the other day, and it pains me because I was a Navy brat. I was brought up in the Navy. My dad was in the Royal Navy for 22 years. And we travelled a lot on the Navy's ticket, and we had a good life. And I look at what the Navy is now, and apparently we are struggling. We are struggling to put 16 ships to sea. 16. 16 ships. That's
absolutely crazy.
It's crazy, mate. Crazy. If you want to go and have a look at the blog, sergeantgrumpy.com, I'll put the whole text of that speech, that soliloquy I did earlier about Ricky Jones, because, you know, when you look at it in a cold hearted day, it's a victory for British justice. Speaking of a victory for British for justice, Kaka, Trump is lying. No one kissed his ass. I don't know if you can. Can you see the orange glow?
Yeah.
Right, explosive. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. Okay, but people have said, and it's been reported on Twitter, that the dinghies that are captured were put in a lorry, which is owned by BlackRock, which was contracted out to the UK government and taken back to France. Why would the dinghies be taken back to France? I don't understand that. Surely they'd be destroyed or sold by, unless it was sold by auction and somebody from France bought them and shipped them back. I don't know. Sorry.
The whole thing is dodgy as hell.
It does sound.
We know those guys are not getting in, and if the government wanted to stop them, they would.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they're coming in means that the government wants them here.
Well, yeah. See, this all goes back to Tony Blair, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It all goes back to Tony Blair, and it all goes back to we're not breeding fast enough to make enough money to keep our elderly people in pensions once we get to a certain point. And we need more younger people to boost the population, so we'll bring in young people that want to come here, and in this case, mainly from Africa, right? Or shithole European countries, you know, Eastern European countries. And it doesn't work because they just come here and sit in their ass and do fuck all. So they don't make any money for us. And they're not going to help. They're actually a bigger drain on society than the people we've already got. Am I wrong?
No.
Right, moving on.
No, definitely not wrong.
You sent me this, Ed.
Oh, this is just the amount of people asking Grok to think for them these days is just getting out of hand.
It's quite poor, isn't it?
I mean, it's like if you can't decide whether you're left or right wing or kind of not following either, then
yeah,
what the hell?
Edgy says he offered to buy one of those boats and was told they're Crown property. Well, that would be the case. If they were seized, they should be Crown property, and what normally would happen then is they'd be auctioned off at some point in a government auction. So I mean, I think the whole thing does bear investigation. It's certainly worth looking at, but have you got the time to do it?
The whole thing stinks to high heaven.
It does stink to high heaven. It does. Right. When you miss a payment on your Cybertruck and the did you see this one?
Yeah, and it stops in the middle of the road.
It was on a fucking freeway. The guy was on a motorway and it just stopped. And he's out on the hard shoulder and the truck's still sitting in the running lane. It was sitting in lane 1. That's dangerous. You wanted, surely Elon, right? If you're so fucking smart, could you not just say, well, when it's in his driveway, we'll disable it? Not when it's running down the fucking freeway. That's just crazy. That's asking for people to be killed.
This
Crazy.
is why they want electric vehicles, because they can just turn them off whenever they like.
Ray says it was fake, according to Community Vote Notes. Well, yeah. No. Is it, though? Community Notes aren't exactly known for their honesty. They're nearly as...
See that video of that electric Ford that lost control and was had the lock steering wheel.
That wasn't fake.
The guy was in the front seat, literally praying, and it was scraping its side along the central embankment.
And then when the embankment finished, it
just scoots over and causes a massive accident.
Mm-hmm.
And
that wasn't fake. That wasn't fake. Do you remember? Do you remember the Toyota Prius when they first came out? And there was a spate of accidents in petrol stations where people had pulled in to get, because they were a hybrid, but people had pulled in to get fuel. They pulled into the petrol station and the thing accelerated and drove into the kiosk. And there was a spate of them, and people were saying, "No, people are just being stupid. They're not hitting the brake." Nah, I think that was a car.
Well, I think having a computer run the car. I mean, okay, running engine management systems, whatever, but don't give the bloody computer the ability to drive the car.
Well, somebody said we should. They wanted to start a company building basic products. You know, washing machines that work on mechanical timers. Cars that have points and basic ignition systems that would survive an EMP. And not bother with all this engine management shit. It was easier. It was okay. Were they any less fuel efficient? I mean, I had a 1.34 Descot, and I had to set the points every time I went a long journey. I had to reset the points halfway through, but the thing would still do 30, 35 mile to the gallon, which wasn't that bad. Are new cars that much better?
My Corsa gets great mileage.
Yeah. Anyway, did you see this one, Ed? According to the Russian military sources, confirmed by the Russian Ministry of Defense, the Russian submarine of the 6-3, fucking hell, Russia, just give them names, or no, don't give them names. Just give them single-digit numbers.
Russia Bianca.
Yeah. Nicknamed Black Hole by the US Navy for its effective stealth capabilities, sunk a ship that was carrying in the Baltic, right? In NATO waters, apparently. Sunk a cargo vessel that was carrying 60 Abrams tanks and a stack of other stuff. None of it ever made it to Ukraine, obviously, because they sunk the ship. But it's never been reported. It's never been reported on Western media. Interesting.
That's, well, yeah.
It's either propaganda
by the Russian Ministry of Defense, then.
Yeah, it's either propaganda or it's real,
Yeah, I mean, you can understand why they would want it hushed up.
Yeah.
But then they're desperately trying to provoke the situation. So maybe there was something dodgy about that ship that they just can't have it known that they were involved or something. I don't know.
Oh, Espresso Mechanic, I missed you there. We're back to the catfishing expedition by the police. It's wasting police time and public money. Yeah, it is, mate. It is. Very much so. Right. There's never a bad time to show pictures of Sydney Sweeney. And this Liberal woman here has given us the opportunity to. Liberal women are showing solidarity by buying American Eagle jeans just to burn them. They were never fitting her anyway, were they?
No. I mean, yeah, whatever.
And Digi-Doo's in on the vertical stream. Hi, Digi-Doo. You're on the vertical stream. Most of the chat's on the horizontal, but if you want to hang out in the vertical, that is your prerogative. Good to see you either way. This guy is a fucking legend. He does more for Britain than Britain does for Britain.
Oh, I love Hiroshi. He's awesome.
He really is. Yeah. Enjoyed delicious fish and chips and room temperature local ale. No, we do not enjoy room temperature local ale. That is a disgusting English habit. Any beer benefits from a slight chill, does it not?
Well, most English beers are. They do. They do come up slightly chilled, not ice cold, but.
Well done, Digi. Yeah, well done, Digi. Yeah, it doesn't need to be ice cold, but you don't want it room temperature, mate. You really don't. It's foul. It's like drinking piss. Right. Remember the Italian power outage or Spanish power outage? Yeah, Spain's blackout. It was a Spanish blackout. The power outage, and they blamed it on renewables. Well, the bottom line is renewables didn't cause it, but it wouldn't have happened without them on the network. There's some cognitive dissonance for you on a Friday night. And I think just to cement the deal, wind turbines are indeed like strippers. They stop working when you stop throwing money at them.
That's pretty much it. The whole thing only works with a massive load of cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. Public must stand up to shoplifters, says policing chief. Thames Valley Police and Commissioner claims people who fail to intervene are part of the problem. Stop shoplifters yourselves, say police. You tell them to stand up to shoplifters, but also say they can't use force, and are calling shoplifters scumbags is problematic. So what exactly are you doing to protect the business owners and staff who face being stabbed when they try to stop these scumbags? You know what? You can't have it both ways.
No, you can't.
You can't. And the police need to understand that. And you need to pick a fucking side, and you should be picking the public, because if you're in trouble, the only people that are possibly going to come and help you, once you've exhausted the small cadre of police that are around you, the only people that can possibly help you are the public. And if they're not going to help you, you're fucked, because there's only, 90,000 police in this country? You know, it's not a lot. Not a lot of people. It's not a lot. If the whole country kicks off, the police are fucked. End of story. You just can't do it.
Absolutely right. Moving on.
Moving on. This was good, Well, it's done. My parents' divorce was finalised yesterday. They're no longer married after 52 years. They're still in love and still together. But divorce was necessary because of Dad's medical bills. Now when Dad passes, Mum won't be saddled with $288,000 in debt. She's free and the house is in her name. Pretty sad that decades of marriage comes to an end because of the American medical system. It's sad, but sensible. Right?
That's just an indictment of the American medical system.
But it's going to be so fucking ironic when she dies first.
Oh, you're such a dick sometimes.
Indeed I am. It's part of my job. Right, moving on. Migrant in Ireland. People in Ireland have a weird sense of humour. They make offensive jokes about everything. That needs to change within the community. No, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't. The whole beauty of Ireland and Scotland is that they insult everyone, and they do make offensive jokes all the time, and that's part of their culture, which you aren't. So if you want to move to Ireland, embrace the local culture. Don't try and import your own
culture. Why the hell are you moving there?
Exactly. But you only have to look at her and say, why aren't you embracing the local culture? Cunt. Sorry, who said that? That's outrageous. Right, moving on. You can take the German out the German, but you can't stop the German being German, can you? This is shocking.
This one is absolutely shocking.
It's yours, you read it.
The tiger refused to nurse the cubs, and the zoo staff didn't want to take the responsibility of feeding them. After all, everything should be as it is in nature, and nurturing tigers in captivity would not be natural, so German zoo killed the cubs, which is really natural.
Well, hold on. By that extension, then kill all your animals. Right now. Just do it. Just that German zoo should kill all their fucking animals, because none of them would be there in nature. These Germans are arseholes. I mean, I know as British people like animals more than most, right? But what kind of sick fuck thinks that's a reasonable thing to do? Kill the cubs because I couldn't be bothered feeding them.
Especially when those tigers are probably endangered.
They are endangered. They are endangered. It's just, the endangered Amur tiger. 3 of them, fucking just let them die. Yeah, fucking sick.
It's disgusting.
It really is. That is disgusting. I'm sorry, I'm a bit OTT on that, but you know, I agree with you. I think it is sick. If you're going to keep animals in captivity and then they breed, which is rare, because let's face it, tigers are used to roaming thousands of kilometers, not fucking pacing up and down a 16-foot run, you know. But if you're going to let them breed in captivity and they don't want to look after it because they can't see any fucking reason for existing, then take responsibility. These bastards didn't. Sorry. So
No, it's fine. Let's move on.
well, you knew it was coming. Personal cope cage. This is apparently a fucking anti-drone cage for Ukrainian soldiers.
Well, it was inevitable, really.
The guy's walking about, and that's it's ridiculous.
But I honestly don't see how that's going to protect you from a drone that's trying to explode.
It's
on you.
not. It's all it's going to do. Well, drone cameras aren't the best, are they? So it's going to it's going to give you the ability to maybe hide if you just hunker down and they think it's a bush. This next one
Doesn't look like a bush.
No, it doesn't. But this next one just sums up British policing, doesn't it? Met police arrested and later, what the fuck is de-arrested? So you arrested somebody and then let him go, right? After he pointed out his t-shirt supported Morph.
Plasticine action. Oh, that's funny.
Plasticine action, yeah. There's a drone gilly sitting next to Nina's. Oh, yeah. Put the tigers.
That is a genius t-shirt.
Yeah, it's a cracker. Plasticine action. Yeah. Hey, and I mean that's Morph. That's Morph. You cannot arrest a guy for wearing that. That's just fucking ridiculous. No. You know what? That guy's got a case. That guy's got a case for being falsely imprisoned.
Harassment.
Well, falsely imprisoned. He was arrested.
And I mean, to be honest, whoever arrested him needs to be chucked out the police force for being an illiterate.
Yeah, you're right. And you know what? I'm not a great fan of black culture, right? And some might even call me racist at times, but I've got to admire this guy. I think this is a decent fucking man, you know?
Yeah.
And you got to admire him.
This is a man trying to raise his kids the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
He should be absolutely applauded.
And it was a video, and I don't play videos because we just get struck all the time if we do. But a black woman in absolute disbelief when her husband returned to the store to pay for a candy their daughter stole. I mean, the kid picked it up and walked out with it because she was like a toddler.
Probably because the mother's in charge. The mother is probably encouraging the little bugger to steal.
Not saying anything, but this guy's a fucking stand-up dude, and I would shake his hand. He's a good guy.
Agreed.
Yeah. Right. Brian Cox cancels his one-man show saying he's tired. Yeah, he's tired of not seeing any ticket sales. That's what he's fucking tired of. And then we've got a couple of other classic fucking tweets. I just saw my mechanic and his entire family go to McDonald's in my car. Yeah. And if you read the thread after that, you know, the comments, there was this guy said, I caught my mechanic in a pub. He says, I'm driving by the pub in a hired car because my car was in the shop and my car's fucking sitting outside the pub, and I pulls in and there's the mechanic sitting having a drink, and I'm like, what the fuck? And the guy's going, well, he says, I don't have a car. That's no point in me having a car because I'm always driving somebody else's, so I just take a customer's car home every night. So he said, so the guy's like, he's aghast, and he doesn't even do it, and he turns around and walks out, and he says he goes to pick his car up the next morning as agreed, and he only got charged half the price. Which is a classic. Right, so see these stupid, this is a classic, these are classic, these fucking, you know, London's a shithole, and you know what, London might or might not be a shithole. I'm pretty sure London is generally okay. Yeah. And castigate me if I'm wrong, but you know, with people on the channel like Shalini and that, they live in London. And I think they do all right. They don't get hassled every day. They don't get fucking raped or, oh sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Or mugged or whatever every day. So London can be okay. There will be parts of it that are worse than others, and there will be incidents happen because when you put what's in London? 10 million, 15 million people? I don't know. When you put all those people in one space, they're going to be really annoying and get on each other's nerves. So incidents will happen. But generally, London's just a big city like any other. And I don't think it's as bad as people make out. But we're getting all these evidence of absence.
The thing is that London is enormous.
Yeah, well, exactly. But we're getting all these evidence of absence is not absence of evidence tweets. Like, my lads and their mum spent the day in central London yesterday. They were not threatened, robbed, mugged, murdered, or assaulted. They enjoyed their day out. Just saying. Yeah, just because it didn't happen doesn't mean it doesn't, you know? These people really pissed me off. Oh, I mean, and the guy reinforces the point. Not a single bullet hit my granddad in D-Day. To suggest it was dangerous on Omaha beach is ridiculous.
Yes.
I've been to Omaha Beach. Have you ever been to the Normandy beaches, said?
No.
It's quite humbling. It's quite humbling because the French...
I'm sure it is.
And the French are... I mean, the French are many things, right? But you know what? They took D-Day seriously, and they have monuments on all the beaches. They have military equipment. They have flags flying, and they have plaques every it seems like every 30 meters or so, telling you about what happened here and what happened there. And you see French families with their kids taking their kids out and showing them what happened and what the Allies did to take their country back, and they fucking appreciate it. You know, you drive about with a British number plate on a camper van, and people are waving at you and saying thank you and stuff like that. It's fucking mental. It really is. So they really take it seriously. It's well worth a visit. Well worth a visit. And they're not far away, you know. I mean, the Normandy beaches aren't far away if you just get the ferry or take the channel across. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Moving on. Apparently, Air France stewardess was walking up and down the fucking aisle spraying air freshener.
It's not air freshener.
Is this like the Australians do? Is this some sort of bug spray thing?
This is Africa flights leaving all flights that I've ever been on that leave Africa for Europe. You always get the crew go around with an insecticide.
Yeah. Same thing happens when you fly to America. Not America. Same thing happens when you fly to Australia. You get you're told to sit in your seat when you land, and they come on and fucking spray the plane, and it's like, what the fuck am I breathing? I'm thinking, what the hell? Nobody told me this was going to happen. You know, it's weird. I don't think it's a good idea, but anyway.
And if you ask the crew, they don't even know.
Yeah, it's so odd. Don Warrington defends Rising Dam, arguing that it shouldn't be altered for modern audiences, and it shouldn't. There's nothing wrong with these.
Exactly.
These movies and TV series were a product of their time, and if you alter them or change them or censor them, then you are rewriting history, and that is never a good thing.
No, that's historical revisionism.
Yeah, exactly, Ed. Exactly.
Oh dear.
That's quite funny. George Floyd mural struck by lightning. Jesus Christ, Dad. Fuck that guy. Well, he won't be up there anyway, will he? Anyway, moving on. Brits facing UK invasion of murder wasps as call-outs for help soared by 600%. Wasps are swarming in larger and more aggressive numbers than ever, with Brits warned to keep their windows shut for the... Yeah, keep your windows shut. We're only in a heat wave. Keep your windows shut. I haven't seen any wasps. I haven't seen a lot of wasps.
Murder wasps. This year. Fuck off.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, Emma says, back to the days when we were allowed a sense of humour. Yeah, totally agree with Don Warrington, says Espresso. Yeah. Oh, next. A brain dead man is now in recovery. This you got to give this guy kudos. You know, I mean, I'm not saying do this, but you got to give him kudos. A brain dead man is now in recovery after his father threatened to shoot medics trying to turn off his life support machine. George Pickering II refused to accept his 27-year-old son, George III, would not recover from a stroke and held off police and hospital staff with a gun for 3 hours. Mr. Pickering, aged 59, was able to get his son to squeeze his hand on command numerous times during the standoff.
That is just crazy.
Yeah, I think sometimes...
I mean, the fact that... I don't know what the hell's wrong with hospital staff these days.
I tell you what, I don't think I'd sign up for a donor card these days.
Oh no, I took myself off the donor register.
Yeah, and you have to do that, people. You have to explicitly take yourself off the register now. Before you had to register to be a donor, but now they'll take your stuff without you being registered, because you have to explicitly remove yourself from the register. And remember to tell your next of kin, leave his bits on him. Adriana Porterfeld. After ordering a sandwich to go, the guy asked me if I wanted some walking bacon. Where's Ed gone? Ed! Some walking bacon. This was 3 strips of bacon separate from the sandwich for me to eat while I walked away with the wrapped sandwich in my other hand. This is genius. All stores need walking bacon. Hey, I see where you're coming from, my dear, but where the hell's Ed? Where's Ed gone? Ed, come back! Excuse me a second while I see if he's incommunicado or if he's just... Did anyone see him keel over, or is he alright? I don't know if his internet's gone down or something. Let's have a look. He's not receiving my... he doesn't appear to be receiving my WhatsApp. Oh no, he hasn't. He hasn't. Right, anyway, shall we carry on, people? Shall we carry on? We might as well. We might as well carry on. Moving on. Oh, we've got quite a long one now. If you ever wondered whether your career was worthwhile. So, I'm a senior data analytics consultant. Fancy title for someone who makes Excel charts. And thought it would be funny to see how ChatGPT would explain my job to a kid. Hold on, Ed been in contact. Network issue. He has a network issue. Right. Oh, here he comes. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's back. Hello, Ed. Good to see you back. Right. So you're just in time for the network thing. What's happening? Right. Okay. So I'm a senior data analytics consultant. Fancy title for someone who makes Excel charts, and thought it would be funny to see how ChatGPT would explain my job to a kid. Explain what a data analytics consultant does, but make it simple for a 5-year-old to understand. ChatGPT. A data analytics consultant is like someone who counts things for other people because these people are too busy or don't know how to count very well themselves. Imagine if your mum asked you to count all your toys in your room, but instead of doing it yourself, she paid a stranger to come over and count them. Then the stranger made a colourful picture showing that you had 10 cars, 5 dolls, and 3 blocks, and gave it to your mum like some big discovery. That's basically what a data consultant does, except instead of toys, they count things like how many people bought ice cream on Tuesday, and then make pretty charts about it. I've never felt so professionally attacked by such an accurate description. The worst part, I sent this to my mum and she replied, "Oh, so you're the toy counter? That makes sense now." I have a master's. Oh, right. Oh, you're right. I have a master's degree. Hold on. I don't understand that. People should still have been able to hear you, I think. Maybe not. What? That's weird. Okay. See if you can come back. Yep. You're back. Oh, no. Right. Sorry. Hold on. Right, wait a minute. You've got the wrong thing linked there. Let's try that one. There we go, it's back. Right. So I tried explaining this to my 6-year-old nephew, and he said, "So you count stuff? I can do that too. Want to see?" And proceeded to count to 47 before getting distracted by a butterfly. Kid's not wrong. My co-worker saw that and asked ChatGPT about her job as a marketing strategy director. Apparently, she helps companies decide what colours to make their pictures and which words sound the most exciting when trying to sell people things they probably don't need. She's now having an existential crisis too. Do not ask ChatGPT to describe your job if you don't want to end up in an existential crisis. Oh,
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
probably. Right. John and John's off. Good night, John.
Good night, John.
Oh, apparently JJ says Brighton's been having network issues and he's signing off for now. Right, moving on. Fake NOS arrested after treating 4,486 patients and was even promoted for doing a great job.
That's just bonkers.
It's like, this is like, it's like when people have been doing a job for like years and then you find out they don't have the qualifications to do the job that they've been doing for years and they get sacked. And why?
They've been doing the job.
Yeah, if they've been doing it, in fact, she's been doing the job that well, she got promoted. So why? Crazy. It's crazy.
It's bonkers. Completely mental.
My brother has got a university degree and should never have got into university because he never passed English. He just said he had, and they never checked. So he's got a university degree and should never have had one because he should never have been there. I mean, that's crazy. Sorry? Yeah, he got away with it, eh? Oh, if Britain is going to be invaded, can it at least be by the Romans? We desperately need the roads resurfacing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong at all, mate. You're not wrong at all. So somebody's posted this today and then said, I can't send this to my English friend because if I sent this to them and they received it, they would get jailed. And I said, that's just nonsense. In fact, I'll retweet it and I'll put it on the show tonight. And if you come along and see, this is how much you can say and not get jailed. Well, not yet anyway. I mean, we've not been jailed, have we, Ed?
No.
We've not even had them come and talk to us. But what's it like living? Yeah, what's it like living in the UK? I can't complain. That's good. No, I mean I can't complain. I might go to jail. Yeah, it's not that bad yet. It's not that bad yet. I mean, I know you've got to be on the ball though. You've got to be right on top of them when they come for your rights because they will. But look at COVID. Look at lockdowns. That was completely. I mean, I know we don't have a constitution, but it was unconstitutional. Constitutional. It was completely inappropriate to tell people that they couldn't go out and buy things. You know, I mean, what difference does it make if you're in a supermarket buying a cabbage that you can't buy a pair of socks?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just nonsense. I mean, that's just nonsense.
But it's the fact that people went along with it is what is totally insane to me.
I know. And they wouldn't let you buy kids' toys. Imagine how many kids had birthdays that didn't get any fucking toys.
Absolutely crazy.
Absolutely crazy. And yet Amazon can still deliver everything.
Oh,
They can still deliver toys and booze and, you know, everything. I mean, well, they actually never stopped you buying booze because that would have been the straw, wouldn't it? If they kept you in your house and didn't let you buy booze, the country would have erupted.
Then they would have really had problems.
You've really got to be on your toes all the time for your rights, people. You really have. You got to stand up for them. I mean, it's like I was up the town on Wednesday filming part of the, they're filming Spider-Man Brand New Day up there. So we'll get Tom Holland and all that floating about in his Spidey suit. And, there's people all around, and we were doing stuff, and my kids are fucking rule. I don't understand it. They're rule followers. Because we're walking down, and we're walking past the site, the coned off or the blocked off streets, and people are standing watching, and we're walking past, and I starts talking to this woman who's got a big camera. So she's obviously, trying to get photographs, and I'm saying, then happening, have you seen anyone? And she goes, not a lot here. You see, we saw Spider-Man for like seconds. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm talking to her, and this guy comes up with a high vis on and goes, could you keep moving, please, and clear the street? And I'm going, yeah, I'm just speaking to this woman. I'll only be a minute. And my kids are like, come on, Dad, let's move. And I'm like, I'll be a minute. I'm just speaking to this woman. It's like they have no fucking right to tell you to move. They're your streets. They don't belong to them. They don't have any particular power to do anything. They're just relying on your own goodwill. And it's like, don't give these people an inch, because if you give them an inch, they take a mile.
Yeah. Absolutely right. Oh, this one's funny. Obviously a piss take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A special mechanic says the COVID was an intelligence test and far too many failed it. Well, yeah, they did, mate. They did. I saw this, and I thought this was quite cruel, right? So this was a butt face contest.
This is horrible.
I thought it was horrible as well, Ed, because she's not a bad looking girl. Nothing wrong with her.
No. I mean, that's awful.
I mean, she's putting on a face to make herself look less attractive, But she's not that bad looking. I don't understand this whole thing. It was quite cruel.
Yeah, agreed. No, I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't like it. Moving on. You're the first human on Mars.
Hilarious.
I love that movie. It's a guilty pleasure. I think it's a crap movie, but I love it. Because, I remember I used to play Doom all the time. In fact, we even set a lab up in the uni. Coming up to Christmas, we would take one of the labs offline and put in a server, and then run a Quake server, and we could all play Quake or Doom, and we used to challenge the students to parties, because you could have up to 30 people playing in our lab, which was quite cool. But yeah, it was fun. Right, moving on. Michael J. Fox, 28, is accused of leading police in a high-speed chase while driving under the influence in Illinois.
Was he driving at 88 miles an hour?
I'm not sure, but apparently he was putting on his indicators and brake lights continuously. We're just about done, mate. We're just about done. You got anything else?
No, not that I can think of. I haven't really been plugged into the world recently.
Yeah, okay. So we've got two things. We've got two things to finish with. We've got this one. What girls think guys want. What guys actually want.
That one tickled me. I thought that was funny because it's just so true.
Yeah, I thought it was a good one. And hold on. I think we have breaking news. Breaking news just in from Alaska. Sorry, guys. Putin is a tough negotiator. He took everything, including Alaska.
Oh, brilliant.
And with that, I hope you've enjoyed it, because it's been great for you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a crashing in my car, wake up in a bar, I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah,
I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe.
so I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo.
I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe.
So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots.